What's up, y'all? It's Ty, and we're back here with another awful coaching video. And I gotta be honest with you, the only awful coach I see is the guy in your top right corner. He's awful. But we're gonna be talking about, the Timberwolves versus Mavericks, watching some highlights, breaking down what he sees, breaking down what I see.
This game was criminal behavior from the Mavericks coaching staff. Okay, first of all, it's one-on-one defense. Can Kyrie Irving rotate to the ball?
Look, I'm going to be honest with you. You want Kyrie Irving to rotate to the ball. You've got Jaden McDaniels with the ball. I wouldn't look. I know Jaden's a solid offensive player, but come on, man. You're worried about you're and I know maybe one step closer. But if you're worried about Jaden McDaniels in an ISO situation, against Daniel Gafford, who's a good defender, I don't know what to tell you.
And get in the gaps. PJ Washington's in the gaps on the strong side of the floor. And Gafford, show your hands, slide your feet. There should be help in the middle of the floor. At least PJ Washington's in the gaps on the strong side. Look at this one-on-one defense. Back pedal, gamble. Where's Kyrie Irving? That was awful.
I think the Mavs will live with that shot. 17-footer. Jaden's going to probably knock that down 50% of the time, but you live with those types of things if you're the Mavericks, honestly.
Daniel Gafford again! Get back!
He is sprinting back. What are you talking about? He's literally sprinting back.
Get back! Take Towns! Get ready to guard! And where's Luka Doncic? You cannot stand in the middle of nowhere in transition! Get up and fight! Could someone take Karl Towns here? Look at Gafford! Look at Doncic! Standing in the middle of...
Okay, so what they're doing right now is what I see coming up the court is, who is Derrick Jones Jr. guarding? That's the big red flag for me right now. He's talking about Luka. He's talking about Gafford. Who is Derrick Jones Jr. matched up with right now? Gobert? Is Luka on McDaniels and Gafford on Cat? I think it's a miscommunication between Jones Jr. and Gafford, to be quite honest with you right now.
Take Karl Towns here! Look at Gafford! Look at...
Yeah, Gafford should be on Cat right here for sure.
Standing in the middle of nowhere! What?
That's a tough finish, though. Honestly, that's a tough
Look
finish.
at
Y'all tell me, is this a foul or not a foul?
What?
I think that's clean. I'm glad they didn't call nothing there. That's clean.
Surrey drop coverage, which is disgusting.
That's what a lot of NBA teams do, is they play drop coverage. I don't know what you want them to do.
And oh boy, will we get to that later. Oh freaking boy.
Because against Anthony Edwards, he sometimes struggles versus drop coverage, honestly.
Boy, but PJ Washington, all right, you're not helping here. You're not doing anything. Please, C-ballin', man.
Yeah, please help off of Karl Anthony Towns, who is a 42% three-point shooter and who is best from above the breaks, top of the key. Please help off of Cat. That's just such a smart decision. On Rudy Gobert, who has gotten absolutely cooked because he can't score on the offensive end of the court. What is it? What is it?
What?
PJ maybe should be one more step in, but that's it. You can't leave Cat.
Why are you staring at Rudy Gobert for an...
And again, he's kind of got to guard too. He's got to guard Ant and Cat. So it's a tough situation. If Kyrie is going to double team Rudy, which they do a lot of, they load up in the paint. This is what you give up.
Over here.
And I think you got to give a credit to Rudy Gobert for this as well.
What?
That's a great pass by Gobert.
Gafford! What are you doing? Get back to the top of the key.
What? The top of the key for what?
Need to guard someone.
I'd be worried about attacking in transition. Anderson's not going to shoot it. Gobert's not going to shoot it. He's fine right now.
Now, of course, PJ Washington should be trying to force Anthony Edwards to the middle of the floor where there's help. But what is Gafford doing? Rudy Gobert's coming to set a screen.
I think Gafford thinks he's on Kyle Anderson for some reason right now.
Get up! Be ready to...
No, he doesn't. Never mind. He was out of position there for sure.
Or something!
I'm not gonna lie. If he's in drop coverage, Joe, this is all on PJ Washington. Ant just cooked PJ Washington right here. That's all that happened. Ant cooked PJ.
On a screen! Get up!
Oh my gosh. Where are you going, PJ? It's PJ Washington.
Bitch! Or something! What are you standing in the middle of nowhere for again? Mavericks really wanted to go back to Minnesota. Really.
And again, is he can complain about drop coverage all he wants. But is a lot of this the Mavs coaching staff, or is it players not making plays? That's what like when he broke down the Wolves film, that's what I saw. Players are just not making plays. That's the bigger problem here.
Badly. Luka Doncic regarding Kyle Anderson. He's coming up to set a screen. I guess you're supposed to switch because you get up. Look at Luka Doncic here. What are you doing?
Luka Doncic thinks he doesn't need to guard Kyle Anderson. They're loading up in the paint. He's in drop coverage. This is their game plan. Look at them load up in the paint. Even look what Jaden Hardy's doing. Their game plan is to not let Ant get easy finishes at the rim. That's their game plan.
Get up! Look at this defense! Is this real? Look at how...
I mean, that's a pretty easy Ant shot. But again, he doesn't get to the rim. And for the Mavs, that's their main priority. Keeping him from the rim. I mean, Ant shot 11 of 25. Because he got a lot of shots like that. Like, that was a better one than most of them. But, I mean, they're willing to give that up. They are.
This is criminal behavior. Kyrie Irving's getting screened. What are you doing?
Okay, so here they're running kind of a Cats get a set of pick and then flare to the opposite side. So, okay, let me ask you this, awful coaching. So if you want PJ Washington to step up, okay, and not switches, step up, and then you got 2 on Mike Conley, well, guess what? Then Daniel Gafford's probably going to have to step up on Cat, then Gobert's going to have a free roll. How do you defend this? What are you supposed to do? To me, Gafford should be a little more in the paint for now until further notice. That's, for me, what I see. Gafford needs to be further in. But he has to, again, look at Cat going to that, opposite wing.
I mean, I would hedge, obviously.
Yeah, so you're going to hedge and put 2 on Mike Conley, and then Cat's going to flare to the opposite side, and you got a 2-on-1 for Daniel Gafford. What's Gafford going to do? Is he going to let Cat take the shot or a slip for Gobert? You can't just assume, oh my gosh, put 2 on the ball at all times. You're going to be in a 2-on-1 situation. That's what happened with the T-Wolves when they don't play drop coverage.
Keep Mike Conley out of the lane. There's no place for Towns to roll to.
You are an idiot, bro. You're an idiot. Because Towns obviously isn't going to roll. Again, you do not know ball. Towns isn't going to roll. He's going to flare to the opposite wings. And if you knew ball, you would realize that.
Look at this defense. You don't do anything.
Again, yes, that can't be that easy. Gafford's got to be further in. But if PJ Washington hedges and you put 2 on the ball, it's going to be a 2-on-1 situation.
Kyrie Irving screened.
It's Gafford more than anything, but Gafford's got to kind of play 2 with 1 here. It's a tough action to defend. It 100% is.
Nothing happens.
Gafford blocked a lot of those types of shots too. Let's not forget that.
NBA has to fix this. Anthony Edwards left wide open every time off a ball screen.
Again, you blitz the ball screen like the Nuggets did. Guess what? You're going to have Gobert on the roll. Luka's going to have to step over. The defense is going to be in rotation. It's just what it is. The Mavericks have had an answer for what the Timberwolves have done offensively all series long. The Timberwolves have found zero flow in the offensive end of the court. So for him to suggest that the Mavs coaches don't know what they're doing is just flat out wrong. Ant struggled to find his rhythm for sure throughout the series.
Why am I not pushing him to half court? There's no place for Gobert to roll to.
If Gafford's up, how is there no place for Gobert to roll? If they put 2 on the ball, how is there nowhere for Gobert to roll to? Because PJ Washington's there. So yeah, leave a 42% three-point shooter and Cat wide open. That's a good idea. Like, what are you talking about?
None! Would you teach your kids how to play defense this way? Look at this! Anthony, and it's all night long! All night long!
He shot 11 of 25, dude. He shot 11 of 25. Like, Ant played good. I'm not faulting that, but it's like, that's a wide open shot for sure. Maybe Gafford should have been more up, but at the end of the day, it's like you got to live with something.
All night long! Wide open after wide open! Mavs, this is unbelievable!
What? Again, how do you defend this action? You're going to tell PJ to switch. Honestly, I would have PJ Washington and Luka switch this right here, is what I personally would have. If Kyrie's not in action, just switch.
So PJ Washington switching. Let Towns set the screen and be ready to guard Conley on the switch.
I agree with this break.
What are you shoving Towns for here? You're not ready to guard. Conley's going.
I mean, if you know the scouting report on Mike Conley normally doesn't get to the rim that often. So, I mean, that's part of the reason, too.
I don't need to switch this down screen. Daniel Gafford can get attached to Gobert with his arms extended so PJ Washington can chase over the top. If you're switching, it's just second-hand nature. We talked about it. Every time Gafford and PJ Washington are in a screen, off ball or on ball, it's a switch. Because right now you got PJ Washington trying to fight over the top of the down.
I wouldn't switch it. I would not want PJ Washington on Naz Reid. Now, I'll tell you why. There's 15 seconds in the shot clock, right? So if they switch this screen and Naz Reid then spaces, then you don't have your rim protector and Daniel Gafford anymore. Because then PJ Washington's on Gobert, who's either going to be in the dunker spot or involved in the pick and roll. I mean, if you get like this, yes, it needs to be a switch. But if PJ can get through the screen here, that's what I'd prefer here, honestly.
Screen, Gafford switching. So now Gobert's roll's wide open. Kyrie Irving's got to step up wide open three.
That's good offense. Say what he wants. That's good offense.
Daniel Gafford! How many times is this going to happen? Stay in the corner.
Stay in the corner on Kyle Anderson. For what? What does that give you defensively if you stay in the corner on Kyle Anderson? Gives you nothing.
Stay in. Why are you in the charge circle? Get to Kyle Anderson.
Why? Kyle Anderson is not a shooter. Why?
What are you doing? This is his real life. What was that?
He was fine. He was fine until he overclosed out. He was literally fine until he overclosed out. Kyle Anderson can't shoot. There's no reason for him to stay attached to Kyle Anderson. There's no reason. He was in the rim protector spot. He was fine.
What?
He was fine. Again, you don't know ball. It's just a good play by Kyle Anderson to, attack the closeout there. That's a good play.
Eric Jones Jr., obviously, this is a mismatch down low. Maxi Kleber is helping you in the middle of the floor. The only chance I have for help is to keep Towns to the middle of the floor.
This guy does not know ball. You don't know ball. Tell me what the statistics are. Tell me what the statistics are in this series on these post-ups when Cat goes baseline. Tell me what the statistics are. Because Cat's shooting horrible, and this has been the Mavs game plan in Cat post-ups all series long. He's not been good forced baseline. They're not letting him get to the right hand, and he's not been good. So he acts, they got to force the middle. No, they don't. Absolutely not. You don't know basketball.
Where Kleber is, PJ Washington should be rotating down too. And then
yeah, rotate down, one pass away off Anthony Edwards. That's smart.
Help underneath the three-point line. But that's where Kleber is. You can't let Towns go baseline.
Towns, when he's went baseline, has struggled literally all series long.
You cannot do it. Look at Kleber waiting to help you. But
Kleber is still in good help right here. He's still able to help. This is what this guy fails to understand.
Let them go baseline for a bucket +1.
It's a tough shot.
This is not how you guard a down screen. PJ Washington attached to Towns' hip, chasing over the top, and Kyrie Irving attached to McDaniels with your arms extended so Towns can't curl. PJ Washington's going up the gut, wide open three every time.
Okay, so I'm confused. How does he want to shoot the gap here? Like, is that what he wants to do, shoot the gap? Well, then you open the flare screen. You're opened up for the flare screen. You open up for a lot of things. Like, again, honestly, I don't, like, this is just a good shot. Again, it's not poorly defended.
Going up the gut.
PJ just has to stay on Cat here. That's all that happens. He kind of relaxes. Kind of relaxes here.
Every time.
He kind of just relaxes, and Cat knocks it down.
This is not how you guard a handoff ever. Not ever. Not ever. Gafford, you got to jam Rudy Gobert, use your body, show your hands so Anthony Edwards isn't pulling right off it, and Josh Green's going under.
Okay, so I don't know about you, but if you, here's what I'm going to tell you. If you jam Rudy Gobert, you're basically setting a double screen on Josh Green to go under. Genuinely, if he's jamming Gobert, you're setting basically a double screen on Josh Green to go under, which is fine if you're not attached to a shooter. Anthony Edwards is going to shoot the ball if that happens. He's genuinely just going to shoot the ball if he goes under with that much space, that much separation. I just don't get what your knowledge is here.
Beating Edwards on the other side, you go over this handoff.
Yeah, you go over and you're basically in your drop coverage. You're fine. They're still fine defensively right here.
It's going to be able to get in the paint easily.
They're still fine defensively, though. They're fine.
So now this brings...
You're fine defensively. Where's the bad defense right now? You're fine.
Help from PJ Washington, who's not going to be able to get out to Naz Reid.
His name is Naz Reid. You're fine defensively. Yes, PJ's too close to Naz, but that's what you've been suggesting in the rest of your clips. Well, they need to be in more.
Now let's talk about Luka Doncic. So that defense was terrible. But
that was fine defense. PJ was just a little one step in. Let's talk about Luka. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. So let me watch Luka. So let's talk about it.
Now let's talk about Luka Doncic.
Okay, so I think what they're going to... Let me see.
So that defense...
So I think Hardy thinks they're going to switch this. Luka doesn't. I think that's the issue right here. So I think Hardy thinks he's got Conley. Luka's got Jaden. We'll see what happens.
It was terrible. But Luka Doncic, get up the line. What are you doing? Get in help. Up the line. Up the line. I got
up the line, one pass away from Mike Conley in the corner? Are you crazy?
To be in the gaps.
In the gaps. One pass away from Mike Conley. Oh my gosh. This guy deserves to be jobless. Honestly, the fact that he has a platform to talk basketball is absolutely pitiful. You want to help? Man.
What do you do? I should be right there. Right there.
He maybe should be up more, but he needs to be way more attached to Conley, for sure.
No place for Naz Reid to go. What are you doing? This is all awful.
You think this is... You realize how tough of a finish this is? That's such a tough finish.
So, start.
And I think Nas kind of got bailed on that call right there. I don't really think he got fouled.
But the fact you're in drop coverage, not icing the screen, keeping Anthony Edwards to the sidelines. No.
Why, though? Like, you ice the screen, you're going to get basically in the same situation. Like, you're going to get in a 2-on-1 situation. Would you rather be more on the strong side or more on the weak side? I like what they got going on here. I genuinely do. PJ, their game plan is to let Jaden McDaniels shoot for the most part, but PJ Washington needs to stay more attached. Jaden shot well all series long.
For Gobert to roll to. If PJ Washington wants to be in the gaps, I got to be up the line with my feet set so I can stunt at the ball and recover. Look at PJ Washington here. You're all the way up at the
What all PJ did is what's tough? Josh Green got clipped by the screen. And that's what caused PJ to come all the way over. If Josh Green can get over the screen here, it's completely different. He gets clipped, PJ has to step over, Jaden wide open three. It's good defense.
Top of the key, and you're going towards the ball on the kick out. But why were you in drop coverage?
Like, they've played great defense against the Timberwolves all series long. You want to play drop? You want to attack the ball? That's what the Suns did. That's what the Nuggets did. Look where they're at. They're in Cancun, buddy. They're in Cancun where you should be, honestly.
Mavericks are in drop coverage again, which is reprehensible already. But PJ,
yeah, let's blitz the screen and then get Kyle Anderson on the roll, which they would do if they blitz the screen. And Kyle Anderson is great at making decisions like this. This is 100% a PJ Washington defensive breakdown, though. I will say that. Because PJ gets lost here.
PJ Washington, stop staring at the ball. I gotta be with Nickeil Alexander-Walker here. Like, I should be over here anyways and backside up on Kyle Anderson's roll. And then I can recover to Nickeil Alexander-Walker on the skip.
Yes, he's right.
You're just staring at the ball.
But that's a PJ Washington mistake, not a Mavericks coaching mistake. Right?
What are you doing?
Look at slow-mo, man.
Do you realize what criminal behavior this is? This is everything wrong with society. The NBA, someone has to fix this. These owners, these coaches are such brain-dead individuals.
You are.
There's 3.5 seconds left in the quarter. What? There's no time. So why am I not out pushing it? The Edwards half court again.
Okay, if you push Ant and Kleba steps up, Ant might go right around Maxi Kleba, to be honest, for a dunk. Like, there's enough time to get a dunk.
No place for Kyle Anderson to roll to.
Where? Is PJ going to take Kyle Anderson? Then you got a Naz Reid 3. Like, what are you talking about?
There's 3.5 seconds on the clock.
That's plenty of
so
time.
You're just going to let him walk into an open jumper with 2 seconds on the clock. Tell me this is not criminal behavior. Anyone condoning this defense.
Conley is really good when he sees drop coverage because he'll come off the screen and shoot it.
It is ruining the sport. You're not guarding the ball handler or the roll man. So if I hedge the sidelines right there, no place for Gobert to roll to.
This whole and this lineup for the Timberwolves is one you could make the argument of, yes, blitz the screen, whatever. But it's like, they're still fine defensively. Hardy needs to be a step in, though. There's no reason he's attached to Kyle Anderson right now.
Gafford will be hedging for half a second. Conley will have to pick his dribble, and I'll be right back to Gobert, pushing Jaden Hardy back to Kyle Anderson.
So you're going to leave Jaden Hardy to defend the Gobert role. Even worse, if Hardy tags Gobert, you got Kyle Anderson catches the ball going downhill. It's not just that easy, man.
Look at Mike Conley's wide open here, and Gobert's role's wide open. You're not guarding either.
I mean, that's just a great play by Mike Conley and Gobert. Great finish.
It's so corrupt.
But that's what you want. You want them to blitz the screen so then you're left in that situation. That's what you want. That's what you want. You want it maybe to be more aggressive, but that's what you want.
What am I supposed to say? Why does no one say something? I'm on this society.
You are on an island because you're an idiot.
You're not guarding anything. Hedge.
No. Okay. You hedge. Okay? You put 2 on the ball. They hit Gobert on the roll. Then Luka steps over. Then what do you do? Then what do you do? You're going to have a wide open shot for Jaden or Mike Conley or Cap. Like, what are you doing?
Push Anthony Edwards out of the lane. Where is Gobert rolling to? Nowhere. There's 3 defenders.
There's 3 defenders, and guess what that's going to lead to? A wide open 3.
Backside help. Look at this. Anthony Edwards is wide open. Gobert's roll again is wide open.
Does he realize that this is a tough, low percentage shot? Does he realize that or not?
How?
That's tough. Great shot, Ant, but it's tough.
Hey, Washington, come on. Just guard the ball. Look at how pathetic in this gamble is. Look at that.
Foul?
What are you doing? Inside position there.
It's a great play by Cat right there. But again, that's not defensive game plan. That's just bad defense by PJ Washington.
Absolutely disgusting. Clearly the Mavs have no idea how to guard down screens. None. Will someone say something? PJ Washington, you never go off the gut. You're chasing over the top. And Luka Doncic should be attached to Kyle Anderson with his arms extended so Towns can't curl. Doncic is nowhere. Look at PJ Washington.
It's just PJ Washington not being able to get through a screen. Like, that's genuinely all that is right there. PJ Washington has to be able to get through that screen. Like, what? It's not rocket science.
Going up the gut. 3-pointer every time.
I do believe he needs to go over the screen. Yes, I'm with him on that, but it's just PJ Washington's screen navigation.
This is unbelievable. Daniel Gafford has come all the way over to help PJ Washington. PJ Washington you could pull someone from the stands. All you got to do is just show your hand, slide your feet, and keep Anthony Edwards coming into that help. That's it. Look at PJ Washington coming up to gamble. Why? So now you're completely blown by. And now this draws 2 men.
I mean, that's bad defense by PJ Washington, but this is what he suggests. Well, if you play drop coverage, you got all these guys that can come over and stop the ball. Well, guess what that leads to? Big bro?
Mavericks defenders and a third and Luka Doncic staring at the ball. 4 people are guarding the ball right now.
I mean, that's what you do, though. You give attention. You put bodies on him.
We live in North Korea. These owners,
But again, what does he want? You blitz the screen. Luka's going to have to take Gobert on the roll. And then you got Conley wide open in the corner. And if Kyrie drops, you got Jaden. It's just like, this is a fine shot to give up here.
Coaches, the front offices, why society has problems. There's 3.5 seconds on the shot clock. 3.5.
Yeah. It's plenty of time.
Why am I giving Anthony Edwards an open jumper? Please get up and push him out of the lane and hedge. Where's Gobert rolling to? Nowhere.
How is Gobert rolling to nowhere? The lane is wide open. Luka or Kyrie's going to have to come over, and if Ant makes the right read, you got 3.
And again, there's no time on the shot. 3.5 seconds. You're giving him an open jumper. This is the only thing he has time to do.
If he throws a skip pass to Mike Conley, that's a wide open 3. I'm just going to throw that out there. If he throws a skip pass to Mike Conley, it's a wide open 3. Just saying.
What?
Like, again, this guy doesn't know ball. He deserves to be jobless.